All right, we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Get Growing weekly work session from GetOiling. I am Coach Ashley, and we are joined today by our founder and creator, Greg Kilwine.
Hey, everyone, we're glad you're here.
I feel like we should have one of those sound effects where I can make like the whole like woo audience applause thing happen in the background like they do. We should do that. Yeah. That would be cool. We need sound effects for our webinars. Quick show of hands. Do you want sound effects? Would that be fun? Anyway, so you guys, we're really excited to have you here today. We're doing a training as well as a reveal, a big reveal. As you know, as we're filming this today live on July the 11th, it is just we're less than a week away from the sort of run up to convention, right? So next week in Salt Lake City will be aroma sharing, where we will be. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. And then of course you have the grand convention, right? You got the big deal next week for Young Living. So we will be there again. Hope to see you guys there. We'll get into the details of what's there and what's in store for you when you come see us there as well in today's training. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into my slides. I've got some questions I want to ask you guys who are here watching today. And then, of course, we've got some fun stuff to share with you. So if you can give me just a second, we will go over and do that. All right. Greg, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can. Looks good.
All right. Fantastic. You know, I just noticed we have a third host. Do you see him back there?
Oh, yeah.
Puppy's hanging out on the couch for the webinar today, guys. Your third host is Wally. There he is. Hey, Wally. All right. So today we're going to talk about how to create momentum in your business, and not just how to create it, but how to keep it. That elusive power that drives your growth. We're going to talk about how you make it, how to keep it today on our call. So today we are going to cover, just to give you guys a quick rundown first, the 3 things that you need to create and keep momentum in your business. Just 3 things, pretty simple. And you'll also find out where you can find us at Aroma Sharing and how you can win a free bottle of rose oil next week. And then you'll also get some details on these giveaways. Guys, we are giving away tens of thousands of dollars in tools and resources to help you grow your business next week. You're going to want to stay tuned to learn more about this. Whether you have never been a GetOiling member or you're already a member with us, we got something for everybody. I'm so excited to share this stuff with you. But first, even more excited, who wants to learn about how to build momentum in your business? I want to ask you guys a question. If you love this idea of having momentum, what will it do for you? Drop us a comment and let us know. If you could get momentum really going and sustained in your business, what would it mean for you? How would life look different? I want to hear that from you. And while you are typing those out and sharing those with us, do go ahead and share those in the comments with us. Oh, and by the way, just some housekeeping before I move too far ahead, you guys. If you are brand new, I didn't do this at the beginning like I normally do. This is a weekly session that we hold live 99.9% of the time. Sometimes if there's a holiday or convention like next week, or if maybe we're both out of town, which will be actually the week after that, then we will have a pre-recorded training for you. Majority of the time we're here for you live to help you grow your business, whether you are a GetOiling community member or someone who is not yet a part of our community who is looking to grow Young Living as a business. All right, we're here for you, free training every week. All right. Now, we got some comments coming in. Anybody share what momentum would mean for them in their business?
Yeah, we've got Sherry here who says more financial freedom with the little heart eyes emoji.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's a phrase that deserves that emoji, isn't it? Totally. Awesome. We'll keep those coming in, you guys. So let's talk first about what momentum is. I mean, so when you think about it, generally speaking, momentum is a forward driving force, right? It is a propelling force. And in business, momentum is typically a sustained period of growth, right? Or a spurt of growth and so on. Now, in your business with Young Living, It's a little bit different than the way you would look at it in other business models. Momentum doesn't mean exactly the same thing in terms of how you go about creating it and keeping it in direct sales and network marketing, as opposed to, say, a brick and mortar business, right? You create it differently and you sustain it differently, obviously, because we do have that team building residual income component. That's going to play really heavily into how we talk about this today. So one thing that momentum is not is slow and steady, right? This is not a hobby, right? If you're treating your business like a hobby, you will likely move at turtle's pace, right? In order to really take off, to break through plateaus, to launch, whether you are just getting started and you're a distributor, or you're at Star, or you are at Silver and you're trying to blast through those ranks up into higher levels of leadership, what you need to understand is that slow and steady doesn't ever win the race where this is concerned. Can you get great benefits from the product and the community and the lifestyle? Absolutely, in spades. And we want tons of people who have that benefit all of the time, right? And more of them all of the time. But in order for you to grow that effect, you need to be putting in sustained, rapid movement in periods of time, which I'll talk about here shortly, and also instilling that in your team. Don't worry if this sounds a little crazy to you. I'm going to be breaking this down conceptually piece by piece here in just a second. Momentum, at the end of the day, guys, of course, just not a thing that happens slowly. Sticking around is not a thing that's going to, just by virtue of sticking around, get you to the crown. All right? I think we can all agree on that. Now, when we did our 90-day business builder challenge, I used this analogy, and it's actually one that Eric Worre, if you guys aren't familiar with him, he is a guru of the network marketing industry. He wrote a book called Network Marketing Pro, and he has some courses of the same name. Highly recommend his trainings. He's absolutely solid. What his trainings work for Young Living. And if you haven't read Network Marketing, or GoPro, rather, GoPro is the name of his book. Highly recommend that you get yourself a copy of that. Great book. All right. So anyway, when you think about an airplane, right? How many of you guys, maybe quick show of hands, you've been in a plane before and you know what the plane does right before it takes off, right? Most of us understand, and maybe even if you haven't been in a plane before, you understand that the plane is not going to get off the runway. It's not going to launch itself into the air if it's moving slowly, right? Like if it's throttling at, at 50% or 30%, it's not going to get off the runway. It is going to crash, right? It's going to crash into whatever is at the end of the runway, God forbid, right? What you want is to take off in your business. You want to get from where you are into momentum and into a space where you have projecting growth upwards and forward, right? And so what you have to do is you have to go through full throttle in your business. Now, some of us do this the wrong way, and maybe this sounds familiar to you. So you can get momentum by putting in a ton of work, right? But you can also burn yourself out that way. Now, if you want to build momentum, if you want to get your plane up off the ground in a way that maintains, in a way that doesn't run you dry, in a way that doesn't burn you out and, and make you feel like, oh gosh, I don't think that I could actually do this, right? Because how many of us have felt that way? If we were really serious about getting a thing done, and it's legitimately something, getting to Royal Crown Diamond, heck, getting to Silver, you guys, just getting to that point, it's a lot of work. And if we aren't going about it the right way and building toward that momentum that can actually carry us up, right? Because the plane, its wheels tuck up into it when it gets into the air, right? You're no longer spinning the wheels on the ground. If you want to get off the ground, you've got to build momentum. It takes more than just you, and it takes a strategy to get there. So let's talk about what that strategy is after I tell you first that the good news is that the strategy is actually super simple. There's only 3 things that you need to know. And the most important thing that you need to know first is that your actions today, right now, your actions set the pace for your team for the next 60 days. All right? And beyond, really. But what you do today is what your team does tomorrow. Think about literally how you spend your time and ask yourself as you're spending your time, just as a daily practice, Is this something that I want 40 people on my team doing? If 40 people on my team were doing what I did just now, would I grow by my next pay period? Right? And you should start thinking this way before you even have a team. So if you don't even have a serious business builder with you yet, you start thinking this way now. It will make a world of difference to you, because the habits that you build are the ones that you keep, and the results that you get are a result of the habits that you have and the actions that you take because of those habits. All right. So above all else, before we get into these steps, I want you to commit to lead by example if you want to create and sustain real growth. One of the biggest issues that we face in this business is slipping into management mode. We don't need to be managers. We need to be leaders. And leaders lead the charge by going and doing the things that others can follow by example to get the results that we did. And if you can keep that mindset in your business, if that can be the underpinning by which you decide how you spend your time, you will win. All right. So let's talk about the 3 things that you need to create and keep momentum in your business. Number 1, do the right work consistently. The right work. You guys, I should have put this on like repeat. IPAs, 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 IPAs. If this is a new term for you guys, I think for a lot of you, it's probably not. If you've been on any of these trainings, it's something that we talk about frequently. Income producing activities. After all, we are here to talk about how you can grow Young Living as a business, right? So you need to engage in order to grow your business in income producing activities. If you spend the bulk of your time planning and researching and training and not doing any of the income producing activities, will you produce income? No, of course not. If you've already created some, right? If you've got some members in place and then you just start getting into that management mode, which does not really involve any of the income producing activities, are you going to stall? Of course you're going to stall, right? So income producing activities, we've gone into great detail on trainings that you can find inside the GetOiling system, as well as on our YouTube series that we upload with these weekly work sessions. But just a quick recap, you guys, all it is inviting people to review information, showing them the information, asking for a decision, and repeating. That's it. All right. Do those things. And then you want to duplicate those things in your team. So like I just mentioned before, this first step, you have to lead by example. The more of this you do, the more the people working with you see you doing this, the more they see you enrolling new members, the more they see you leading by example, the more they will be empowered to do the same. So if you want those things duplicated, you got to do it first. All right. And this is really important, you guys. I think a lot of us put off the level of activity that we should invest in the right activity. We put that off because we believe that maybe we need another training, or we need to get better, or even just good enough at presenting or at inviting or at closing or whatever. We think that there's some piece of information, some magical piece of information that's out there that's going to make us good enough to be able to even do the activity in the first place. I want you to take that, if that's where your mind is at right now, I want you to write it on a piece of paper, ball it up, throw it away, light it on fire, whatever, throw it out, because it's not serving you. The only way for you to get really good at the IPAs is to practice them, is to go out and do them, right? The only way to improve on those business building basics is to actually get out there and do it. You can't improve what doesn't already exist. So get things rolling so that you can get better and then sharpen the sword. But you got to get it in your hand first, right? Let me see a show of hands if you understand, if you're with me on that. All right, awesome. Awesome, you guys are here today. I love it. All right, so then finally, and this is important as well, guys, about doing the right work, is to figure out what works for you and do it consistently. Listen, this is a monkey see, monkey do business, to use my talking to kids terminology. This is a follow the leader business. But you know what? It can kind of also be blind leading the blind sometimes, right? Meaning if somebody didn't know exactly how they got to where they are, can they really tell you how to get there too? Really? So there's there is a lot of information out there, right? There's a lot of leaders who have done trainings. Obviously, we've done a lot of trainings on different ways that you can go about growing your business, different ways that you can go about meeting new people, starting conversations, and I think even most importantly, relative to this business, how you present Young Living to your prospects. There is no one right way to do it. You only need to do it fully in a way that makes sense to you and to your prospect. So if your upline says only do classes, maybe classes maybe they're great for your upline. They might not be perfect for you. You don't have to follow someone else's formula to the letter. You need to try things and try and retry and try to do better, but settle on the things that you do that work best for you. If you feel more comfortable meeting people online, then meet people online, develop those relationships, and share Young Living long distance. You can totally do that. If you prefer to do trade shows, do that if that works for you, right? But don't try to chase the secret formula that everyone's selling, because everybody's got a different recipe. And at the end of the day, the one that's going to work right is the one that you write yourself. All right. And you're going to do that with experience of putting the right work into place out in the field and getting better at the things that make your business profitable, those IPAs. All right. So that is the first thing that you need to know to create and keep momentum, is to focus on the IPAs. Don't chase secret formula solutions or, this thing worked for me or whatever. Do what you know you need to do. And if you aren't sure what those basics are, we have tons of resources and literally a program that will teach you how to build those habits by performing those activities. It's called the Digital Upline Coach, and you can get her or him or it, depending on which one you choose, for $1 for your first month. Or if you're already with us at basic and above, go turn it on, put it to use. You will learn by performing, by habits, right? How to build your business successfully, and you can track everything that you're doing, which is just so important. All right. Now, there are no perfect words, just to reiterate, no perfect words, no magic saturation level of knowledge that is going to help you. You have to get out there and get it done. Get it done by building the muscles and strengthening them out in the field, putting that to work. All right. So number 2, this is the second thing you have to do to create and keep momentum, is you want to consciously create culture, right? Now, this does not just apply to people who currently have member bases or established teams. If you are just starting out, this applies to you just as much. The culture that you create is simply the environment that you cultivate around you in your digital persona, in your personal life, in your personal brand, and the way that you decide people perceive you and react to you and interact to you and are thus influenced by you. You want to consciously create those circumstances. So in the context of having members and teammates and folks who share, you want to make sure that the culture that you are creating is centered around connectivity and accountability. 2 key things your culture needs to be centered on: being connected and expecting to stay connected, and that being a vital part of how they are interacting with you and with the community that you are developing or already have in place. A culture of connection, a place that you go every day, a place that you expect to hear from regularly, where you are expected to be heard from, right, as a member. Consciously create that culture where you've got that expectation, and then of accountability as well. And we're going to talk about both of these here. So first, you want to build a community and keep it active. There's a number of ways that you can do this. The popular way for a long time was doing this on Facebook. A lot of people have gotten really frustrated with using Facebook for a number of reasons that we're not going to get into here today. And so GetOiling has created, or I'm going to say GetOiling, obviously that's the name of our company, but this magician over here on the side of the screen, Greg created a way for you, adjacent to your business website and your contact management platform and everything that you need to put yourself out there. There's also a way to create an exclusive place just like you would use maybe a Facebook group or a membership site somewhere else that would cost you hundreds of dollars per month. You have that in your GetOiling membership so that you can have that private, special place where people can go to receive all of the great things that you can provide, and even more importantly, the things that you can cultivate with others together as a community. So focus on creating a community wherever you build it, whether it's in a member area with GetOiling or on Facebook or elsewhere. Focus on community building, because what you want, if you want to sustain your momentum. So think about it this way. Building momentum means bringing new people onto the team, right? Bringing new people in who would be excited to share. You want to create a space of connectivity so that those people who you bring in all get to meet each other and become really good friends, right? They get to benefit one another, share their expertise with one another, right? You get to edify them to each other, right? You as the leader, edifying your people, edifying the people who are a part of your community so that they feel special, included, and excited to continue being a part of something bigger than themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's really what you want to foster, right? You want to invite people into something that's bigger than just the two of you, and something that will deliver great value to their life on an ongoing basis. You want to create that in everything you do and have that be a guiding principle in the way that you communicate the value, not just of Young Living and its products, but the lifestyle experience. All right. So keep it active, be in there daily, post questions, tag people, and make sure that they know that you're talking to them specifically so that they don't ghost and pretend like they didn't see something. Have people expect to communicate in this environment. And you don't have to be an island either, right? So if you're brand new, if that question is popping up in your head, oh, well, I only really have one member, or I don't have any yet, or maybe I just have a couple and they're kind of quiet, that's okay. You don't have to be an island, right? You don't have to go create a whole thing right away. You can plug yourself and your people into an active upline, downline, or sideline community. You guys, if you aren't connected to an upline or the relationship's not right there, band together as sideline members. We have GetOiling members who do this, and I'm telling you, the community that they create is incredible. They're not financially connected to each other, the leaders who are in this group, but the value that they provide is amazing. So you can do that too, or you can be a part of something like that as well. The whole point is, guys, make sure people know that they're joining something that's bigger than just the two of you being the person that introduced them to this life-changing product and opportunity. All right, and then of course, like I just mentioned, create that expectation of communication. Make sure that you, with your habits of directly communicating and participating in this community on a consistent, daily, regular basis, make sure that other people understand that this is the expectation and that you want them to be a part of it too, that this is something that you are in together, right? This isn't you, the consultant, selling them a set of products and reminding them to buy every month. No, this is a community where you are growing and learning and thriving together and inviting other people to do the same. If you think about it that way, you operate that way, how much more sticky do you think your group is going to be, right? How much less fall off do you think you'll have? How much more empowered do you think people might be who might be worried or I don't know, just otherwise trepidatious about sharing, right? If they feel the benefit of this community, obviously they want to invite people to it, right? All right. Now, another thing that you want to make sure that you're doing to the point of accountability is that you want to run accountability challenges and contests. This is something that, again, you could do in, say, like a Facebook group. You could also do this inside the GetOiling platform. I actually recommend that to the highest degree because you can actually build in automations. So the way that you would run an accountability challenge would be for business builders to run, say, a 90-day challenge. We'll talk about that more in just a little bit. Or you could even, from a product perspective with members, run a health or wellness-centric challenge, much like health coaches do, except you would be focusing on sharing a couple of key recipes. Maybe you would be featuring a specific product line. Maybe you say, hey, I'm going to do a 2-week silk challenge, right? And you start, and you go through with the group and you take certain supplements every day, and maybe you share some resources. You don't even have to create all of them, right? The idea here is that you're doing it together, you're in it together, and you're getting other people to invest in being part of something bigger. that's what you want to create. All right, now if you want to learn how you can start your own 90-day challenge, if you want to learn how you can bring others on board with it, go to getoiling.com/accelerator. I'm going to put this link below the video for the recording, you guys. But right here, we have a totally free training. It's a workshop. You get a workbook that you can print out and use, and a full 45-minute training on how you can run a 90-day challenge. And this is really a momentum builder, and it's totally free. You don't even have to be a GetOiling member to make use of this. So head over there and do that after you watch this video today, if you have not already. All right, so finally, the third thing that you need to do to create and keep momentum is to get your people to live events. All right, so this training today is obviously in honor of the upcoming convention. It is the most important thing you can do in this business, is to bring your people to convention. And if you aren't at convention, do you think your people will think that it's important enough? Do you think your members and your teammates will think convention is important enough if you don't go? You got to lead by example, right? So I hope to see all of you guys there next week. So going to convention and bringing people with you is the number one most important thing you can do to duplicate and grow and develop momentum. Do this and get your people doing this and get their people doing this. This is a guarantee you will grow. It doesn't guarantee, momentum per se. There's other actions like we've just talked about that you need to take, but this is the most important thing you can do, period, end of story. These events, right? So whether it's convention or Live Your Passion or, any other kind of regional Young Living event, they provide social proof. People get to see more than just you and them, or maybe the other person that they know that uses Young Living products and indulges in the lifestyle, right? These events, they provide social proof, immersion that you can't provide yourself, inclusion in something huge, right? You can see the scale of how many people are touched by this and who are excited by this. It fosters a realization of this depth of culture that the company has created over 20 plus years, and an opportunity for people to connect and create their own relationship with Young Living. This, you guys, I can't stress this enough, most important thing you can do for your business. And convention, it's a must. Live Your Passion is important too, right? So those are the regional rallies that you can find for Young Living. If there are others in your area, then obviously you go to those and you bring your people with you, and you make it a non-negotiable, right? Like, we're going. So if somebody says, I think I want to make some money with this. Okay, we're going. Put this on your calendar. We are going. I'll get our room. We'll share it. Okay, right? However you want to do it. I promise you, the more people you get there, the more growth you're going to get afterward. There is no better opportunity, period, end of story, to create momentum than post convention. If you get a bunch of people at the convention, you are going to see momentum as you grow together if you put focused work in together after convention wraps up. All right, so this is especially true, you guys, if you've brought your people with you, right? So convention, it instills belief and excitement and renews purpose and passion. If you've got people who have fallen asleep on Young Living, invite them to come with you to convention. It will reignite everything that they said yes to in the first place, right? So harness that power of convention by running a 90-day accountability challenge, right? So if you get your folks to convention, or you go and then you bring all of the great news back to your members and your team post-convention, then have a 90-day challenge. And remember, go over to getoiling.com/accelerator. I show you exactly how to do that. And if you want to just start your own and you want to be led through it piece by piece with hours of training available to help guide you through not only how to get into momentum, but also how to set your GetOiling system up to sustain it for you, you can go and click the help button inside of the 90-day challenge, or I'm sorry, the help button inside of your back office to access the 90-day challenge that we created last year after convention. Everything that's there is still totally valid. Get rolling with it. This stuff is evergreen. It always, always works. So Again, getoiling.com/accelerator if you want my cheat sheet and you want to learn exactly how you can grow with the 90-day challenge and bring your teammates along. Again, with this, you don't even have to be a GetOiling member to use it. All right, so it's convention time and we're really excited about that. Want to talk about some of our specials and all of the great goodies that we're giving away. But I guess let's, if we've got any questions, I know I see some things lit up here in the Q&A in the chat. Greg, do we have any questions to cover just on our training content before we start moving into our special announcements?
We do, other than a bunch of people who are excited about being at the convention for the first time or whatever. That's awesome. Diane asked, are you talking, and I think this was back when you were mentioning about the member area, like, are you talking about our GetOiling website as the place you can create community?
Oh, yes. So when you create, so if you are at basic or above, you can create a member area with GetOiling. And that is something that, yes, it is attached to your website, but it's a protected space. You decide who goes in. You can invite based on email address, or you can send a link out or text a link out or whatever. But it is your space that you control. Right, so kind of like if you were to have, say, like a secret Facebook group or any kind of Facebook group, except it's not on Facebook. You don't have to worry about the, well, we've gone into this in depth in other trainings. Basically, there's a lot of headaches around it. I know if you've done it, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can create your own community. You can actually create moduled step-by-step classes with private chat rooms, with resource pages. You can have one for your members. You could have one for your builders. You could have one for prospects. If you do consulting or coaching, you could have, you know, something like this for your clients. There's a lot of ways that you can use it. We've got some trainings on it. If you want more information on those, definitely feel free to reach out to us and we can point you in that direction. Do we have any others?
That is it. I was just about to put in the chat here. We do have that getoiling.com/member training. It's kind of our setup video series. So if you want to see how to set it up and what the potential is, it kind of goes over an overview of what's in there, the features, as well as how to set them up inside of GetOiling. So that's great. It's free. Anyone can join in there. And interestingly enough, that itself is hosted in our own member area. So you get to see what the member area is like while you're seeing the training. So it's kind of cool.
Right, and you don't have to be a GetOiling member to log in and check that out, right?
That is correct.
Awesome, awesome. So what's that? Since I don't have it up on the screen, it's getoiling.com/member training.
Member training, all one word. Yep.
All right, great. Good to know. All right, cool. So let's, without further ado, let's talk about convention specials. So excited about this, you guys. Quick show of hands, who's going to be there? Whoa, you guys. Awesome. All right. So super cool that you're going to be there. If you're not, plan to be there next year. Always do what you can to make those commitments as far ahead of time as possible so that you can plan for it. Make it fit financially and personally feasible for you, but make it a non-negotiable for yourself so that your team then makes it a non-negotiable, right? So important. Just, I mean, there's not a more important thing to duplicate than to get your people to convention. All right, so where we will be is actually in the days leading up to the launch of convention, we will be at Aroma Sharing. And that, the information is right here. On Monday, we've got a diamond preview. So you diamonds, we look forward to seeing you there. The following the Tuesday and Wednesday, we will be there. And we'll have a booth. Let me show you where it is. Right there, all those little red arrows pointing to it. And you can come see us. We'll be in the Graham Ballroom, 15.5, right there at the back wall from the registration entrance. And we have a red carpet for you. And we want you to come so we can take your picture on it with your favorite coach or with one of us even. The whole team will be there, and we have even Coach Croc and Coach Diamond there with Greg on the red carpet in that picture. So come and get your picture taken with us, and we can't wait to see you there. All right, so let's talk about what we're giving away. All right, so first, we're giving away a bottle of rose oil, free two-way texting, Personal branding intensive, we'll get into that detail shortly, up to 12,000 additional marketing credits, no cost coaching call, and $1 first month or 1 month free, depending on your membership level. Let's break it down. And that's actually, before I break it down, on top of all of these things, right? So you've got your 90-day challenge. That's what is it like? It's like 15 hours, 16 hours of training on launching your business, whether you're wanting to get that momentum going, no matter what rank you're at, or if you're brand new and you just want to get those basics and get off to the right start. 90-day challenge there for you at basic and above. Destined for Diamond. This is new, you guys. We hold your hand through a series of email trainings and walk you through step by step every single thing that you want to have set up in your GetOiling system and how to use it, right? What's the context? Why would I use this thing? What is this good for? What does this mean? We understand, right? You didn't get into an oils business to become, a technology enthusiast. We understand. We want to make this as simple and easy as possible for you. This is included when you join us. Destined for Diamond. Free training drops into your email inbox and gives you specific action steps or homework, if you will, to do to put this stuff into action. All right, so then you've got your custom page builder. That is also a newer feature that we have where you can build professional, beautiful looking pages. We have templates already ready for you. It's so easy to use. If you use a word processor, if you're comfortable with, say, like Pages for Mac, this is a breeze. All right, private member area with online classes. This is a new feature for us. You get this, again, with your membership, no extra. You pay hundreds of dollars for this per month elsewhere if you were to attach this to a website. The only system that you need to grow Young Living other than your virtual office, right? That is the sum of GetOiling, the only thing that you need. And then, of course, unparalleled support. How many of you guys have reached out and been astounded by the response that you got? Just happy about the turnaround time and the help and absolutely, everybody loves Greg. All right. You also get live weekly training. We do this live weekly work session. It's obviously here for everyone who's growing Young Living as a business, but it's also to help anyone. If you have a tech question, you can come to us in the Q&A. We will literally walk through and sometimes even sign into your own account and help you with it hands on. That's available to you every single week and so much more. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. So that's on top of everything. We're giving away all that stuff. All right. So these promotions, just FYI for all of this, these promotions will go live on Monday, July 15th. So we're giving you a little bit of a heads up so that you can be ready for it, because there's some things that you might want to do ahead of time. So first, the scoop, the rose oil giveaway. And Greg, please correct me if I get any of this wrong. All right. So we're going to have a text in entry, right? So, and we're not giving that away yet because we don't want you texting us yet because it doesn't launch till Monday. We'll send that information out to you on Monday. You can sign up for your own system. That gets you an entry into the giveaway. You can also share your coach selfie. So when you come to see us at convention, take that picture on the red carpet with your favorite coach. You post that on social media and we'll give you the hashtag there. And you will get a, is that one entry or is that multiple entries, Greg?
I think the coach selfie is one. I know we got a little table flyer that kind of explains it all that we'll have there.
Yep, we'll have that all lined up for you.
Depending on whether you do monthly or annual, I think that gives you a different number of stamps as well, which I don't remember offhand. So. Yeah,
that's okay. No, that's all right. I mean, this isn't something that you're going to act on right now, but there are some things that you will, and we want to show you that here. So, all right. So when you refer a friend, you're going to, and this is where you get a varying degree. You can get a little extra or a lot extra of entries, right? If you refer someone to a month-to-month membership versus if you refer someone to an annual membership, they can give you additional credits, right? So additional entries, if you will, to this drawing for the Rose Oil giveaway. And it will be held at around July 26th. All right, and we will let you know the winner at that point. All right, so let's talk about the business building goodies, right? All right, so first, for our monthly plans, right? You get $1 for your first month. You may be familiar with that already. You get 200 extra marketing credits per month for life, right? That's some text messages, that's emails, that's picture messages, boosting your ability to grow your business. All right. You get that entry to win a bottle of rose oil. And for our annual plans, you can get a month free. You also get free two-way texting for your first year. That's normally a $9 addition per month. So now you don't need to have a whole other system for texting. You got it all right there. It's tied to your contact manager, to your website, to your member area, and to everything else that you need to grow your business. You also get 1,000 extra marketing credits annually for life. Again, all kinds of text messages and picture messages there, right? And you also get a seat in our upcoming run of the Become an Icon Personal Branding Intensive. It's a biggie. We're going to get into that in a second. Did I get the
actually, for the annual plans, it's 1,000 extra marketing credits per month for life. So it's bigger than that.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
So that's it. That's 12,000. That's right. You get 12,000 extra marketing credits every year.
Per year, yeah.
Guys.
There are 12,000 emails.
Tons of texts. Wow. Wow. And you don't need anything else. It's all right there. Oh, fabulous. All right. So continuing at basic and above, you're going to get the digital upline coach, which we've mentioned several times. You'll get Destined for Diamond, which you've just learned about as well. You'll also get that 90-day challenge. And at Pro Annual, on top of all of those things, you'll also get a one-on-one personal business consult with me. All right. Now let's talk about Become an Icon Personal Branding Intensive. Do we have anyone here? I can't look at both screens at the same time with my computer. Do we have anyone here who attended the intensive that we ran after Icon? Hey, Maria. Awesome. Hey, so Deb, what's up? All right. So guys, this is such an awesome experience to be able to dig deep and understand what's great about you that you could then share with the world, what your vision is, what your mission is, who it is that you are out to serve, and how you can go about serving in a bigger, better way so that you can reach your Royal Crown goals and beyond, right? This has been such a great group, and we are opening this up again. If you were already in the previous intensive, if you want to run through it again with us, we welcome you to stay. We welcome you to bring a friend, and we'll tell you more about what that means here shortly. But this is something that we ran after Iconic, and I was just blown away with the transformations that we were able to see from those who participated. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Personal Branding Intensive. It's a 4-week intensive, and it is at your own pace to a degree, right? Because these are class modules. When we originally ran this, we ran live trainings. You're going to get access to those trainings and those assignments. And so you don't have to be on a live call to take that in. You can watch it at your own pace, pause, rewind, and so on. And then of course, complete those assignments. And then you're also going to get live coaching support. So I'm going to have live office hours weekly where you can come in and ask questions and get support with the implementation of the things that you're learning. And then of course you have your exclusive community and resources. Ask anything. I'm in that group. I can help you. And of course, we've got our great members who are already there and those of you who would be joining the community as well. So this is a great opportunity for those of you who are really looking for a way to stand out, to really become your best self and put it out there to the world in a way that will help you grow a business that is in keeping with your dreams. All right. Now, here's how you can get access to the intensive. First, if you are a current GetOiling member, if you're already a part of our community, you can upgrade to annual, basic, or above, right? If you're monthly, you upgrade to annual. Now, if you're already at monthly, basic, and above, you can refer 3 friends and you'll all get into the intensive. Refer 3 friends, right? So if you're monthly, refer them. They could be monthly or annual. You refer 3 friends. You all get into the intensive together. All right. How cool is that? Wouldn't it be great for you to go through that transformational journey and come out on the other side, not just with you, but with your teammates, ready to take on the world, right? All right. Now, if you are a new GetOiling member, or if you would be joining us during this period of time, obviously, again, this promotion begins on Monday next week. Join at annual, basic, and above, and you're in. All right. You could also, if you join us at monthly, basic, or above, you refer 3 friends, and you all get in. All right. So you get 3 friends to get their GetOiling system, to begin building their business in a serious way, and you can link arms together and grow. All right. So if you want to get more information about the personal branding intensive, you can go to getoiling.com/icon. And you can learn more about what is entailed there, as well as dates and all that kind of good stuff. All right. Again, you guys, these promos will go live on Monday, July 15th. Be on the lookout. We will be sending you some emails. We'll let you know when we do. And of course, if you are there at convention, you can come and see us, get all the details there, and take advantage of these amazing specials that we have on offer to help you grow. All right, we will broadcast also a new training on how to launch your business next Thursday. So it's going to be a broadcast as opposed to a live session, because of course, many of you will be at convention and we will be on our way back, or actually you guys are going to convention. We'll be taking down from aroma sharing. But anyway, so we will broadcast a new training on how to launch your business next Thursday, and you'll get information on that if you are on our list at getoiling.com/weekly work session, which is how you found out about how to be here today if you're here live. All right, so let's get into our Q&A live chat. If we've got any questions, comments, clarifications, we will take those before we go on our merry way. Awesome.
All right, let's see here. Nothing in the chat. Q&A. Okay, so Eileen asked, does the 3-friend referral include past referrals?
So this begins, what? So as of right now, it begins on Monday.
Monday, yep. Yep, that would be what? July, was it 15th?
15th. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. Well, you guys have any questions, anything about, about community building or momentum building? We're here for those questions. Or open season, guys, if you have any other types of questions, given that we're here live and we've got a little bit, we can help you out. So definitely do let us know. Oh, boy's asleep back there. He doesn't usually join on camera for webinars, but here he is.
He's out cold, looks like.
He is. It's so cute. Oh, all right. So if we're good, no questions, we will look forward to seeing you guys at aroma sharing and convention next week.
Indeed, very exciting.
All right. Well, we'll see you then. Take care, guys, and we'll see you on the next session.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.